coming to you live.
It's not a live show. Hey, welcome back to Alexa and Me. I'm Mike Falzone, and this is a show I host with a tiny robot that makes me nervous. Alexa, say a fun fact. Alexa, tell me a fun fact.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Join us next time. Let's do some current events. Here's a story. It says, one man's very special relationship with the DMV, and it's at Jonozalay. That's Jonozalay. He has to get a new license photo. My family has a history of being officially documented as by the government as characters because they don't know we're not these people. My dad started this tradition in the 70s. Here's my brother's latest. So this is Jono's brother. I've had several over the past couple decades, and here's a bunch of his photos being all kinds of crazy characters. If you have this amount of facial hair, might as well willy your own self and come up with different faces. This one looks like Riff Raff. Here he says he's transformed into a wholesome young boy, CEO, barista, Lyft driver, Supreme Court justice, mean surfer. And this is a very cool, very funny thing to do if you don't have much else going on. And this is kind of funny because I know several people who work for the DMV, and they really don't let you have any fun because their job isn't any fun, and if they're not having any fun, then why should you? Unfortunately, in the new picture, they wouldn't let me snarl. This is what he looked like a little bit. So hair but face not included. And then he goes ahead and he brings it around and he makes a good point out of it. And he said, also, I acknowledge that this is something only a white guy can do, which is 100% true. I think that it is tragic, and I want every person, regardless of race, religion, or gender, to have this frivolous of a relationship with people who check their IDs. Here's a funny thing. Have you ever seen someone who asks for your ID smile? Little game to play with yourself when you go out. Here's a funny story that says, how did this lipstick mark get on the toilet? And here we see it's almost the most part of the toilet. This was originally posted by Claude Humor. Claude, not like cloud. Here's a clear picture of the gross picture. Here's what I think happened. Young lady just gets overly attached to a poop. You know when you have a food baby and it's in there, and maybe it's, ooh, I had succulent fried chicken last night and mashed potatoes and seasonal vegetables, and the poop was interesting. Held it in for too long, so it became an angry situation. Baby was kicking, and that has to leave you at some point, as all things do. So maybe you have one of those Mr. Tasties, and it goes around and out of the water a little bit. Disgusting. So maybe that goes, maybe you take a picture, you send it to your friends, and then as a secret little, this is me and you forever, little potty smooch. This says, when it's so icy you could skate down your street and see, I don't know if you could see it here, but there's a young man ice skating down the street, which is interesting. I would pay good money to see this person hit the one patch that isn't as icy and go ass over tea kettle. This guy's had his beard for so long that he got younger near his mouth. Here's a whole thread about people are drooling over these burgers for cheese lovers, and it's just a regular thing, and then you put cheese all over it. You could do that. Remember that commercial for Velveeta back in the day, back in our childhood days, where they just dumped cheese onto broccoli? They're like, broccoli's good now because it has cheese all over it. You could do that with it. You could dump cheese all over your street and go skating. But if you're lactose intolerant, you're gonna wish that you didn't do that. Adding that much cheese to something, that's the quickest way to get your toilet kissed.
Are we live? Hey Mike, my name's Jock, and this is drinking water in a new shirt. Wow, that's refreshing. Did you know that only 1% of the Earth's water is drinkable? Fun fact. That's really refreshing. Thanks for watching Drinking Water in a New Shirt. back to you, Mike.
Sneaker culture and sneaker reviews are super duper popular on the internet right now, and since I am trying to make that YouTube money, I feel like I should get in the game. This is a new segment called Uneducated Feet, where I review just the hottest fire sneakers that have come out recently that I could afford, that I bought, without a lot of the knowledge that you would need to do something like that. These are the Air Force Ones, and I have worn them a few times, so they're not clean. For example, these are a very specific type of red. I lost the box, so we're just gonna call them red for our purposes today. This is what they look like as a pair. Okay, this is literally what they look like, just one of them, and this is none at all. These are Nike's Airs. Couple basic features of the shoe. It's a red shoe, so the color is very important. Here you'll see some red on the laces, they're red. This part is red as well, and the bottoms, bloody bottoms. That was actually my nickname in middle school. The kids put nails on my chair. Laces are all tied up. You only have to do that once if you're good at it. Kids used to tie mine together before I ran the mile for the Connecticut mastery test. And this here's the Nike Floosh. Floosh on both sides, tiny floosh here. They taste bad. Here, of course, is the white part. And the white part goes throughout the whole. I'll keep doing this till I'm tired. You've seen it. Inside it used to say Nike as well, but I put my feet in them and I walked a country mile. So that's out. They don't smell bad yet. Here we have the ventilated tops, and this is not a new feature. These are actually called Air Force Ones, which means you can wear these in the Army if you fly around in an Army plane. Again, this is what they look like as a pair. Let's go back home. Here, I don't know if you could see this, but there are tiny little dashes that really help you get over small pieces of dirt. Not gonna trip up in these. I'm just remembering now that I was in a public bathroom recently, and these are too close to my mouth and hands. Nike Floosh. These say Air right here on the outer part, just in case you missed it on the other part of the shoes. Unfortunately, they're not made of air. If that was the case, you wouldn't be able to see them, and it would be hard to charge $110. So that's it. Here's the part in the review where I wash my hands. And this is what, if I was walking, they would look like this. Mattress, it's memory foam, that's bad. No, you can't do it and have fun at the same time. Everything's ruined now. Would you please? This is the rest of it. This is bad. One out of the 4 wheels is here. If you wanted to not be comfortable ever, you could have this. One goes here. That's bad, bad, bad over here. These are bad. Yeah, leave this here. It's no good.